5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is Deducter bringing you set 5 of Hwaseung Oz vs CJ Entus. The series is tied at 2-2. Rather disappointing performance from Jaedong in last game, but in this game we have Horang2 playing for CJ Entus, and we have Killer. Horang2 is the green Protoss at 12 o'clock position playing for CJ Entus, and we have Killer as the red Zerg at the 5 o'clock position playing for Hwaseung Oz. This map is Neo Aztec. Looks like a 5-pool coming from Killer, so the game is already afoot. This is going to be exciting stuff to watch. I always like to see this type of early Gs. So 5 pools are defendable by the Protoss. They go out and set up the pylon. They warp a forge. They need to see it coming, though. They see it coming, they can put down pylon their main and then put down another forge. Whatever Horang2 does here, he cannot put down or save minerals for Nexus first. He needs to scout this out. If he doesn't scout it out, he's pretty much screwed. But if he can get a cannon in his main, he'll be fine. So everything comes down to how well Horang2 micros here, and in some ways luck, really. I did a 3-player map, by the way, so there's no cross-map positions and things like of that sort to worry about. And here you see Horang2 not scouting the correct direction. He needs to see this, so things are not breaking for Horang2 there. I'm actually not so sure Killer putting that drone on the ramp is very important at all. That's just going to alert Horang2 to the fact that something is up. I think he's better off keeping that drone mining for this point. I mean, you're going all in for this build. You must know, surely, that the scout has a 50% chance of reaching your base first. I mean, if it's not that, then you're good. So Horang2 is going to, looks like he's going to try to put down a gateway. He needs to move his drone probe back and put down a pylon in his main. He needs to put down a pylon in his main. He's putting down a cannon there. Actually, it seems like the cannon can actually warp in on this map. That's a little unusual. Usually, for something like a 5-pool to defend this, you need to have the cannon warping your main. But I guess the distances on this map are such that with proper probe micro, you can defend normally. And if that's the case, then wow, 5-pool is actually really weak on this map. I didn't realize this. With all these probes and that cannon up, I don't think Killer is going to be able to do anything with these Zerglings. Zergling getting trapped. They are picking off like 3 or 4 probes, and there you see, oh, Killer is not happy. So yeah, Horang2 taking a definitive early advantage. I did not realize on this map it was so easy to defend against a 5-pool like this. Wow, this game is suddenly considerably less exciting because it would take a monumental effort now for Horang2 to lose the game. Killer will surely fight on, but not too much he can do. At the least, he didn't commit all-in with the 5-pool, in the sense that he didn't keep making Zerglings, although 5-pool is pretty all-in build. He's going to be so behind in tech and economy now that it hardly matters. Basically, I think Horang2 can break the expansion that Killer will put up. Usually Zerg puts up the 3rd expansion at a position that makes it easy to hold a 4th gas. In this case, it looks like Killer is going for a base at the 7 o'clock or 6:30 position. The point being that I think he's just not going to have enough resources to defend his main and natural expansion and his secondary base, if you would. I just don't think he's got the resources to do that. He's going to be so far behind that any sort of proper break coming from Horang2 is going to destroy it. As long as Horang2 keeps up the pressure, he's going to be able to break through the defenses. Now, of course, Horang2 could screw up somehow, but I do not foresee Killer coming back in this game unless Horang2 makes a mistake. I think no matter how well he plays, unfortunately, the onus is sort of on Horang2 here to screw up. Killer still has to play magnificently, though, in order to hold this off. We'll see how it goes, and it looks like Killer canceled his expansion. I mean, That's a little odd. Surely he realizes he can't hold it, but why did he even put it down in the first place? This is just kind of bizarre play. It looks like he's going to go for yet another all-in type attack, this time with Lings and maybe Hydra. Ugh. The problem is he sort of just came up with this idea right now. Does he even have Hydra? He doesn't have Hydra. He's just going all-in with Lings. This is bad play by Killer. So, on the other hand, if Horang2 doesn't pull his probes to defend, he can be screwed. He's going to scout a few Zerglings, and he hopefully will scout the other Zerglings. As long as he's out, and it looks like these Zerglings get speed, they can actually break, potentially. Horang2 needs to pull his probes to defend. So this might actually be genius play by Killer, and I have no idea what I'm talking about. The Lings have broken through the cannon. Horang2 with excellent pro-micro, killing most of the Zerglings. However, there is a second wave of Zerglings coming. Horang2 needs to be able to hold this off. He needs to... Okay, he has got more gateways morphing. As long as he's building Zealots from the gateways, he should be fine. Even if this cannon goes down, I think Horang2 is going to be in a fine position. He's going to be able to morph warping Zealots and warping all sorts of cannons. And I think this attack by Killer just, unfortunately, too little too late. If he didn't go for that third hatchery and committed to a sort of an early Zergling break with gas, committed to it instead of vacillating like this, I think it might have actually worked. It might actually have brought him back in the game, because Horang2 was certainly not expecting additional attacks early on. Now, of course, it's going to be impossible to break through, and Killer has dug himself into an even deeper hole. The only thing he sort of has going for him is that Horang2 has been stopped mining at his natural base, and a lot of probes have gone down. Frankly, though, I don't think Horang2 is going to care too much. He's got 4 Zealots out now. He's going to have another cannon built, and Killer is probably still on, still has his layer up. Although he was mining gas, so maybe he has his layer up. Now Killer's put down another base. Nope, he doesn't have his layer up. Yeah, so Killer is so horribly behind in tech that he doesn't even have anything to kill Corsairs, nor would he have anything to kill Corsairs for like a minute. Corsairs can just go willy-nilly, picking off overlords left and right, and that's just not going to be good here for Killer. He's still not getting his layer. He is so screwed. It's very important to commit to your attack. 5-pool was fine. If you had followed up with, you know, a 2-base speedling attack, that might have actually worked. You saw there that Horang2 just barely held that off in time. If that attack came in like 30 seconds earlier, Killer might have actually won the game and sort of reversed the situation. And came out ahead there. Or in this case, he would actually have snatched victories from the jaws of defeat. Whereas, well, he's not exactly snatching defeats from the jaw of victory like Hyuk used to do, but he's certainly not winning, and he's certainly dug himself a really, really deep hole. A hole from which I believe he cannot come back from. Killer, nevertheless, is persisting with these Zerglings. He's burrowed them. That's what he did with his gas. He's never getting layer. Killer, at least he's playing an entertaining game. I'll have to say that I've never seen this sort of insanity with pure Zerglings and burrow no Hydralisk, no layer, just Zerglings. I tell you, Horang2 has not seen this one coming before. Not that it matters. Horang2 can just move out whatever he wants and slaughter Killer here. Usually Protoss stay in their base for some time before they mass up a massive army. Horang2 has absolutely no reason to move out now. I mean, I understand why he wants to play it safe, just in case he stays in his base, get the tech up, move out as normal, and then crush the Zerg. Perfectly sound strategy in Horang2. I mean, Killer here. I mean, I'm just cracking up here and not getting anything right anymore. Killer not getting more drones, not getting tech. Once the Corsair comes out and scout this, Horang2 is just going to be so confused as to what is going on. He's not going to see the Zerglings, so he might assume Burrow. I don't know. Robotics facility coming out. Once the Observer comes out, Burrow is going to be absolutely useless. Yeah, this Corsair is going to come out. There's absolutely nothing to stop the Corsair. Absolutely nothing. There's not even like a evolution chamber with spore colonies or anything like that. There are a lot of Zerglings here for Killer. However, Zerglings are not going to break through this Protoss defense. There's Dragoons and Zealots and Cannon there. It's not going to do anything in this choke point. If the Protoss moves out his forces and they get flanked, potentially something could happen. But it doesn't look like Horang2 is being impulsive at all this game. He's put down additional defenses. He's paranoid. He knows some sort of attack's coming. I mean, he sees that there is no layer, no tech. I bet he is highly confused at this point. He's got to assume there's something crazy going on, maybe Burrow or something. And it doesn't even look like Killer is really morphing. Okay, now he's got a few extra drone mining. Certainly, if Killer has, if this is his attempt to confuse the enemy, he succeeded. Because it's confused me, I'm sure it's confused Horang2. In fact, I bet Killer's confused right now. Corsair's out. The Corsair's just scouting around to see what exactly is going on. They're not even attacking the Overlords because surely Horang2 is confused. And I need some synonyms for confused. Stymied, perhaps, or flummoxed, or geez, I only think of 2 synonyms right now. I'll think of some more to describe this in a minute here. We have the Corsairs killing the Overlords now, finally, because, I mean, you can just see Horang2 is scouting everywhere with the Corsair. He thinks something is up, and who can blame him? I would think something's up too, seeing Killer's build is almost like some noob from Battle.net is playing against him, and he can't believe this is his opposition. Horang2 holding up in his base, building all sorts of tech. He's got Dark Templar, High Templar, getting more Corsairs. He's got a Shadow out. He's going to go for a Dark Templar drop. Not that there's anything that can attack the Dark Templar. With these Corsairs out, you know, they're going to be able to kill the Overlords, and the Dark Templar can kill everything if they want. There's also nothing that can attack the Shadow. Maybe a few Hydras are morphing now, but those Dark Templar can take out 1 or 2 Hydras. In fact, Killer may even be supply blocked or close. There's 2 Hydras. 2 Hydras cannot beat 2 Dark Templar, especially considering there seems to be very few Overlords in the main. Horang2 needs to be a bit careful. Actually, no, he doesn't need to be a bit careful here. He needs to throw away some Corsairs so that this becomes a more even matchup. In fact, he should just throw away his army here in this Zergling ambush. Okay, now we're gonna see how this Zergling ambush goes. Let's. Maybe if all the Zealots move out, he intends to attack the natural with these Zerglings, except for the fact that Horang2 has a big enough economy such that he has a second army still backing his base, and these Dark Templar are killing things. There's absolutely nothing to stop them. No opposition whatsoever. Horang2 smells something. He's moving his units all over the Burrow Zerglings, but he thinks there's something else coming here. And okay, now the Zerglings on Burrow, massive ambush. They're actually doing very well against this army of Horang2, considering how behind he is in tech and upgrades. He's killed off most of the Protoss army. Unfortunately, he's just so behind in tech that this otherwise brilliant maneuver, I mean, I like this sort of maneuver. In theory, if the 2 players are equal, you know, burrow a bunch of units, the Protoss moves out to attack your 3rd base, you unburrow the Lings and go for his natural. That's clever. However, this is just sad. And yeah, going on to set 6. A bizarre game, I have to say. 이번 경기에 오사팀이 네오 아즈텍에서 이경민 선수가 승리했다면서 3대1로 CJ 엔투스 셋이 앞서가기 시작합니다.